A lesson in love Dax tried to teach, losing the love he could not reach. From the bridge, King Shub gave a speech. Plots against us have been laid. Just let me make one thing clear. We have everything to fear. The day of destruction is here. My subjects, be very afraid. Give me the freedoms you hold dear, despite the price others paid. Your memories of them fade. The chance for peace had passed them by. When reason sleeps, then many die. Shub's subjects believed every lie. This is what you want to hear. Believe whatever I happen to say. They may attack us someday, so let us kill them all right away. After all, death is always near. Do not let logic get in your way. Your reasoning must not be clear. For me, live and die full of fear. Shub continued his cunning speech. Into their hearts he did reach. I, King Shub, you cannot impeach. My crown is made of gold, not tin. Live in the darkness, not the light. Do what is wrong, not what is right. A war of terror you must fight. Fight the battles I do begin, although no end is in sight. Let the war of terror begin. Even when you lose, I do win. Would they meet King Shub's demand? Would freedom fade from the land? On the bridge the kings did stand. King Azim was next to speak. You want to occupy our soul and steal the fruits of our toil? Your foolish plan we will foil. Your plan to prey upon the weak? You may mix watercolors with oil to paint a poor picture that is bleak, but you cannot have what you seek. This usurper tries to deceive all. To an oily war Shub his call. So your kingdom will surely fail. If you attack us, we will defend. You will hurt from head to heel. Shub will use you to kill and steal. Before the tyrant you must kneel. Before Shub every knee must bend. You will die on fortune's wheel. You are our foe and not a friend. Your war of terror will end. On the bridge, a battle was fought. Ignoring lessons history taught, they forgot the peace that they once sought. To destruction they were led. They fought for King Shub, who had lied. They suffered losses on each side. Swift swords cut gashes deep and wide. Into the river they all bled. In a mad frenzy they fought and died. Soon the river with blood ran red. Soon all subjects on both sides were dead. In the river the dead did not stay. Off of the island they were washed away. It did not have to end that way. When called to war, no one asked why. The bridge itself was now colored red from the fighters who all bled, painted with the blood of the dead. For the fighters, no one would cry. Away from peace they had all fled. A blood-red sun was in the sky, sprayed with blood of those who did die. Shub's shadow began to speak. Peace is what we pretend to seek in a war of terror on the weak. Oh, bad man, your name is shame. After you are gone, I will remain. You will leave an oily stain and a cruel legacy of pain. We let our victims take our blame. We both seek our own selfish gain. In our ways of war, we are the same, but to prize peace can give fame. Only the two kings now remained on the bridge that was blood-stained. On the island, terror had reigned. Shub said, perhaps it was the hand of fate. I am innocent and not to blame for playing war like a child's game. To your land I renounce my claim. It looks like a stalemate. You really should not kill or maim. It is wrong for you to hate. For peace, it is not too late. King Azim said, you have done wrong. The weak have been hurt by the strong. You have lied to others so long that now you believe your own lies. Your bad words are full of deceit. Now you do wish to retreat, but you will go down in defeat. To survive, one must be wise. Destruction will be complete. No one will hear your anguish cries. The wind will receive your last sighs. Shub said, do not make a mistake. I am starting to get a headache. I will nap, but after I wake, we can talk some more. You can sit and visit with me. We can visit leisurely. I will make you a cup of tea. In fact, I will even pour and add honey from a bee. We can drink along the shore, away from blood and all gore. Azim said, I am not your friend. No one will ever believe your lies again. Your reign of terror is at an end. Now you are the one filled with fright. You have been filled up with deceit. Your war on freedom is now complete. Death can cut down lives like unripe wheat, and you have not a single night. Now in conflict we will meet. On this fair land you are a blight. Shub, stay and finish this fight. Shub said, this island suits me fine. From your challenge I must decline. Keep your half, and I will keep mine. King Azim then did reply, with the foolish things you did say, you led your subjects astray. A red river washes them away. They will never again hear your lie. Your reign of terror ends today. I will soon hear you sigh and cry. We will now fight, and you will die. The final fight would now begin. Each sword blade was sharp and thin. Which of the two kings would win? Which king would be left to stand? In the blood-red sun's crimson light, King Shub and King Azim did fight. They fought and fought with all their might. Each held a sword in his hand. Their swords gleamed in the sunlight. Who would be the king of the island? The island so great and grand. We must be the only ones left, said Shub, running out of breath. In their fierce fight to the death, Shub was injured and did frown. Wounded, King Azim said with a sigh, to conquer us you did try. To your subjects you did lie, saying foolish things like a clown. Now it is time for us to die. Mortally wounded, they fell down. Off of Shub's head rolled his crown. After they fell, Dax did arrive. It looked like no one did survive. In the river no one was alive. Its banks was covered with red sand. Their lives and freedoms had been sold. Dax gazed at the crown of gold and picked it up to have and hold. Would Dax be the king of the island? Must a king be bloody and bold? Then just as he began to stand, Lynn arrived with a sword in her hand. Dax held on to the golden crown. Lynn looked at him and did frown. Would Princess Lynn's sword cut him down? Dax would not have time to flee. Lynn had survived despite Shub's lives. To see her alive was a surprise. As he spoke, Dax looked in her eyes. His pale reflection he did see. Dax asked something very wise. Lynn, are you my enemy, or is war our enemy? She paused, then thought a weary while, and then Princess Lynn did smile. But was that smile without a guile? Her sword did slash as she did spin, slashing at an arrow that flew towards Dax, who had loved so true. Lynn had cut the arrow in two. Dax was saved by Princess Lynn. Shub had shot the arrow that flew to finish what he did begin. Shub died knowing he did not win. Lynn tossed her sword away, choosing life on that bloody day. She looked at Dax and then did say, the tyrant's thinking was not clear. Shub spoke without reason or rhyme and made telling the truth a crime. Ambition's ladder he did climb rung by rung throughout the year. His place is in the cycle of time. Now that he is gone, so is fear, and peace is finally here. Dax dropped the crown he did own. Into the water it fell down. A true leader does not need a crown. Dax looked at Lynn and then said, the true cost of war we understand. It brought death to those of this island. They fell apart. United we stand. Into the river they all bled. Red is the river and the sand. They brought about what they did dread. To destruction they were led. Lynn said, look at what I had found. Mirabella dropped it on the ground. Listen to hear its beating sound. I will hold onto your heart. This is a time for giving. This is a new beginning. Back in the land of the living. It is a time for a fresh start. It is a time to start winning. I have won your happy heart. From each other we will not part. Dax embraced Lynn and did say, war came here but did not stay. We will enjoy sun-drenched days of play. Shub, like a snake, did bite and hiss. King Shub all did salute and hail. Tyranny tried, but did fail. We will not weep, we will not wail. On this bridge of war we did miss. We are left to tell the tale. Now let us know the lasting bliss
of a tender, peaceful kiss.
The crystal skull message was quite clear. The story I did see and hear told me not to live in fear. Terror takes freedom away. It was time to make a fresh start, and I would be wise with my heart, so it would not be broken apart. In my heart, peace would always stay. Peace and I would never part. I felt better in every way and ready to face the light of day. The librarian walked toward me, looking as lovely as could be. Her eyes were like a calm sea. She looked at me and then did say, Zolta's program I do adore. His showmanship you cannot ignore. You must have stayed hoping for more. I can see why you did stay. She established an instant rapport. On her break, we walked away to an adjoining cafe. After the lecture that he gave with the crystal skull that did say, Professor Zolta did smile and wave. His weird and wonderful display of curiosities old and new had given me a helpful clue, helping me remember what I knew. Professor Zolta then did say, the magic is within you. Kicking away clouds of gray, he had brightened my dark day.